Today we're going over the entries of the 2024 World War II Build Contest. So yeah, let's get started. So our first entry comes from Egg Yolk. It's called Crane in the Mist, June 18th, 1944, Philippine Sea. The IJN Shokaku, accompanied by 2 escort destroyers, marched to meet the United States Navy, Task Force 58, and halt the invasion into the Mariana Islands. The events following would amount to be the largest scale carrier battle in naval history. The Battle of the Philippine Sea, the Battle of the Marianas, and says all aircraft are built by Beans. So next up by Reflector, this is the surrender on the Missouri, 1945, where the Japanese formally surrendered, marking the end of World War II in the Pacific. This event took place on September 2nd, 1945, 78 years ago, and the ceremony was aboard the USS Missouri. It says also Shu made the planes. Then we have Onyx from that app. This is Operation Tengo, April 7, 1945, located between Kyushu and the Ryukyu Islands. Yamato and 9 other Japanese warships embarked from Japan for a suicide attack on Allied forces engaged in the Battle of Okinawa. The Yamato was attacked by nearly 400 American fighters and bombers. Once they were in position, they began dropping 1,000-pound bombs. She was sunk on April 7, 1945, and it credits Vane Shinden for the render. Then we have Exalted, formerly known as Excluded. This is the life of a German kitty, the Panther. In the following shots, we see the average life of a SDFKZ 171PZ KPFWV Alf G, or often referred to as Panther, going from birth to death, everything included. Then by Skitty Fiber, the USS Laffey under attack by Japanese kamikaze pilots on April 16, 1945. Laffey would survive this attack despite being badly damaged by 4 bombs, 6 kamikaze crashes, and strafing fire. Planes built by Zytrix and flak bursts built by Speelicious. Then F-41 Starfighter, a submarine is near. On February 11, 1943, an OS-2U Kingfisher dropped a smoke float on USS Fletcher while she was patrolling near the Solomon Islands to alert her crew that the Japanese I-18 was nearby. It says shout out to Shu for helping. Then McSquiggle, this is the Battle of the Bulge. The Germans achieved a total surprise attack on the morning of December 16, 1944 due to a combination of Allied overconfidence, preoccupation with Allied offensive plans, and poor aerial reconnaissance due to bad weather. American forces bore the brunt of the attack. The Germans attacked a weakly defended section of the Allied line, taking advantage of the heavily overcast weather. Then by now too, this is the liberation of Minsk, 1944. On the 26th of June, 1944, the Soviet First Baltic Front Army achieved a breakthrough at Belarusian city in the north of Minsk, heading towards the capital of Belarus. Soviet forces on the northern, western, and southern flanks began closing the encirclement around Minsk. Finally, on July 3rd, Minsk was liberated from German occupation by the Soviet Red Army. Urban warfare and machinery like T-34, KV-1B, etc. These images take place in Independence Square on Minsk, close to its center, which was later named Victory Square in honor of those who died in the Great Patriotic War. Then another entry by Exalted, the bloodiest battle of World War II, stalemate in Stalingrad. The Battle of Stalingrad, August 1942 to February 1943, was a major battle on the eastern front of World War II, where the German Wehrmacht fought the Red Army for control of the city of Stalingrad in southern Russia, says Soviet tanks built by Shu. Pretty cool builds. Another entry by Now too, this is the Night of the Black Snow. March 1945, Koto District, Tokyo, Japan. On the night between March 9th and 10th, the biggest and most destructive air raid in history occurred, surpassing the amount of deaths in the later nuclear bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Imperial Japan faced a firebombing that sent most of Tokyo into ruins. 334 B-29 Superforce bombers, dropping around 1,665 tons of incendiary bombs and 500,000 napalm and white phosphorus all over Tokyo, focusing on its industrial and most important districts. Then by Alex the Roach, we have Hitler's Ukraine, September 1942, German troops entering a small village in Volyn, with a Tiger 1 leading the formation. And our last entry is by Project Red, this is the Doolittle Raid, 1942. On April 18th, the fleet spotted a Japanese picket boat, Nitomaru, and promptly launched an attack, with assistance from Enterprise's aircraft. The B-25s, commanded by James Doolittle, were launched fearing the fleet had been compromised and the aircraft made their one-way journey to Tokyo. As the bombers made their way out of Japanese airspace, they fell one by one due to lack of fuel and crashed. 8 airmen were captured and only 4 lived to be rescued, the other men dying by disease, and it has additional credits to Spee and Pirate World. And apparently these ships were not shown in the renders. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it for all the entries. So now let's move on to the top 5. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the contest. Thanks to everyone who participated in this. You know, it's probably going to be one of our last contests for the Minecraft Military Force, because I guess people don't really have time for build contests. We are currently doing a build event where we have NATO, the Warsaw Pact, and CSTO. It's just going to be a build event, so you can pretty much build whatever you want. It's not really a contest, it's just to show builds. And if you want to participate, just join our Discord. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.